Good morning. Today we'll discuss descriptive and predictive data mining techniques. And first of all, we'll see a multi-dimensional view of data mining. In multi-dimensional view of data mining, first we will discuss data to be mined. Data mining process, first we need to have data. What are all the different types of data available? So first of all, we can see the database data. So there are some data which is stored in the database that will be categorized like extended relational database, object oriented database, heterogeneous database, and legacy database. Legacy is the legal based database, and the other one is data warehouse, in which data will be categorized and stored in some order, that is data warehouse. And transactional data, in a sense, there the transaction relevant data, like if you take customer purchase some product, the product purchased details, the transaction details will be available in the database. It's a transactional database. Then stream of data, you can take a video stream or audio stream. So video data or audio data, stream of data will be taken for data mining process. Then spatio-temporal data it is nothing but space, or you can take image with the timing. That is spatio-temporal data, you can geographical data you can take as an example. And time series data. The time series data, in instance, what weather data. So during that particular time, what is the weather report? The next time, what is the weather time? Next time slot, what is the weather report? So it should be in order. Time series, it should be in some time slot. We have some data, or you can take some populations. Okay, 1980, what is the population? 1985, what is the population? Like that. It's a time series data. And sequence data, the same time series data, if it is in order, like 90, 91, 92, 93, like that, if you have some order, and then it is sequence of data. Then we may have some text data or web data, then multimedia data, audio and video, then graph data, then social and information networks like a Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, like that. So these are all different types of data. It can be taken for data mining process. And once if you identify the data which is going to be mined, then we have to check what type of knowledge we are going to discover. So by using data mining functions, we can do some knowledge discovery. So first maybe the characterizations. So once the product is defined, the product definition will be based on the property. So if you take a product, for example, A, so what is the size of the product A, color of the product A, or taste of the product A? Like that, if you take a product, the product will have a property. Based on the property, the product will be categorized. Then discrimination, you can take two different products, like product A and product B. How the product A is differ from product B. So by doing comparison, you can mine some knowledge. It's a discriminations. And associations, you can take some relevant data. For example, if you take a milk, a customer going to take a milk, he will also take butter also, or he will also take bread also. Like that, the relevant data, the data which is associated with different data will be identified. So this is the knowledge. So what are the data associated with which other data? The knowledge can be mined. And classification, and you have different data. So there, what is the main data? From there, how the data, other data can be categorized in what basis? And that's the classifications. Okay, there will be a supervisors. So there will be some algorithm. The algorithm will try to supervise how the data can be classified. And clustering, there is no supervisor over here. So without label, if you have a data, the data can be clustered. Okay. So by clustering the data, you will try to identify the categories. So based on the similarity and dissimilarity, the data can be categorized by using clustering algorithms. And trend data, trendable data, then deviation data, then outlier analysis data, outlier analysis, noise data. So like that, we have different knowledge can be mined from the existing database. Then to mine this knowledge, what are the technique we are using? So technique utilized here, data intensive. Okay, with respect to particular data, with some specific specifications, some boundary. If you want to identify, then it can be data intensive. It's a boundary based analysis. And data warehouse, there we have collection of data, is a huge data, and data may be arranged in some order. So by applying some OLP online analytical process, we'll try to identify different dimensions of the data and what are the content available in each and every dimensions. It may be pulled down or pulled up, drilled up. So like that, by using some OLP process, we'll be able to understand, analyze the data which is available in the data warehouse. So mainly it can be used for multidimensional data. Then machine learning, okay, training and testing, okay. Then statistical analysis, okay. So it's mathematical analysis, okay, like what standard deviations, mathematics, um, uh, sum, and pattern recognitions. You need to have some pattern recognitions also. Why? Because in data mining, the idea behind this data mining is extracting the interesting pattern. So we need to have pattern recognition techniques also, and the pattern recognized pattern will be visualized. So to discover knowledge, the recognized pattern must be visualized. So we need to have visualization technique also in the data mining process. Then high performance, the process must be done in high speed or in high performance or high accuracies. And exactly where we are applying this data mining process. So I will try to identify some of the applications where this data mining process is applied. Now you can take the retail business. You see here the retail business. In the retail business, we have large amount of products. So number of products, not only number of products, we have different brand. So not only the brand, we have different in cost also. Okay, so product with the different brand, the different cost, and moreover we have some other classification also, like immediate sales and after 1 week sales and after 2 weeks sales, after 6 months sales, like that. We have different product with the different categories. So there, if you want to do analysis, definitely we need to go for data mining process. Then telecommunications, we have millions of users. So simultaneously they are using the telecommunication, and what time, which user, from which locations. Okay, so this telecommunication is a mobile. So a person can be in a place, and after some time the person can be in some other place. How this person can be tracked? Okay. So for this purpose, we need to have data mining process. And banking. Okay. The banking, we have large number of customers, account details, loan details, then different process the bank operations. So everything need to do a kind of analysis. We need to go for data mining process. Then fraud analysis, even in the credit card fraud analysis or bank detail, bank transaction fraud. Okay, so there also we are applying data mining. And biodata mining, you can take some what like a LinkedIn or a Nakuri. There we have a lot of biodatas. How can you mine your recorded resumes? So there also we have to apply data mining process. And stock market organ analysis is very important. It is a high level process. There is millions of variations, minute variations will be there. Okay, so to have analysis with this data, we need to have data mining. Then text mining, you know very well text mining. Okay, if for example, if you take a web page, there we have a lot of text. How can you find out the text? Okay, so in the required text or different pattern take different types of pattern text, how it can be identified by using text mining. Same way web mining. Okay, so these are all the applications where we are applying data mining directly. Now we'll see some of the data mining functionalities. Data mining functionalities are used to specify the kinds of pattern to be found in data mining task. See, what for you're using data mining process to extract the interesting patterns. How this interesting pattern can be categorized. Hmm. It is a is a kind of patterns to be found in the mining task. For that too, we are using functionalities, data mining functionalities. So, what are the different data mining functionalities? Um, One is a characterization, another one is a discriminations. So, you know very well what do you mean by characterization. So, if you take a product or if you take a data, the data will have some properties. So, based on the property, the product will be characterized. This product is this type of property, this type of product. Or if you take, for example, if you take a product, tomatoes. So tomato, what is the size? What is the color? What is the expiry date? Okay, so based on that, it will be categorized and it will be what arranged according to that. And discriminations, when you have different product, you can of course it will help you to compare, differentiate and identify the required product. The next one is the mining of frequent patterns. Mining of frequent patterns. Once if you take a list of any store purchase list, there are some customers frequently purchase some of the product like a computer and printer. So you can see the list. So everywhere if you have a computer printer, then it is a frequent patterns. Okay, and association in the sense, people those who are purchasing computer, they will also purchase printer. And that is association. So people those who are purchasing computer, they can go for what hard disk also, or some memory card also. Okay, that is correlations. And classification, as I told you, you need to find out the main product. From there, how the product can be categorized. There we need to apply some algorithm. That algorithm will try to supervise how the product can be classified from the main product. Then regression analysis, in the sense, it is continuous range. There is no discrete, it is a continuous range. For example, it is a labeled one. The regression is also labeled one. So from where to where? In the classification, it is a discrete. But in case of regression, it is a continuous range will be taken. And clustering without label, again without label, without supervisor, if you want to identify the product, categorize the product, then the clustering analysis will be used. So mainly this clustering will be used in real time. Why? Because there you cannot identify everything will be, every product have some labels. So without label, if you have any data, that can be categorized by using cluster analysis. And outlier analysis, it is a noise detections. So these are all the data mining functionality like characterization, discriminations, and the mining frequent patterns, and association and correlation classifications, and regression clustering analysis and outlier analysis. So these are all the data mining functionalities. With these data mining functionalities, it can be classified into two broad categories. They are all, one is descriptive, other one is predictive. So descriptive in the sense, it will, in the descriptive mining, the product will be, or the data will be characterized based on the properties, which will be in the target data set. For example, if you want to find the data, so what is the final data? That is the final target data. For the final target data, what should be the product property of the data? So based on the property of the data, it will be characterized. That means what? That the final product must be red color. The final product must be this much size. The final product must be this type of taste. So like that, you can have some characterization. That is based on the property, that is descriptive. So by doing this descriptive mining, the knowledge can be discovered. Knowledge can be discovered like this is the product, this is the apple, this is the orange, like that the knowledge can be discovered. And predictive mining, in the sense, predictive mining tasks perform induction on the current data in order to make predictions. Suppose when you have a product, after some time, what will happen to this product, or with this product after some time, what kind of relevant product can be getting, like that with the existing product. Okay, you need to predict the what the future product. So it is given here, perform induction on the current data in order to make the predictions. Okay, we have some data. If we process the data, so what will happen in the future data? So that is nothing but predict mining a task. The next one is this continuation of descriptive and predictive. The class concept descriptions. It is nothing but it's a characterization and discriminations. So when you have a store, the store will have huge data entries. These huge data entries can be associated with a class or a concept. For example, if you take a store, electronic store, okay. If you take an electronic store, there the classes of item for sale include computer and printer. See here, the computers and printers are sales class. Okay, and for this sales class, what is the concept of customers? Here, the customer, the concept of customer, the customer may be a big spender or a budget spender. So you can categorize the customer. So according to the customer concept, this product can be categorized. Suppose if they are going for big spender, of course they will go for computers. Okay, like that you can have these categorizations. It can be useful to describe individual classes and concept in summarized concepts, and yet to precise the terms. Now we can define what do you mean by class concept descriptions. So description of the class here. So description of the class or concept are called class concept descriptions. What do you mean by description? The product details. The class description of the class, the product details, and the concept is nothing but the what the customer who is associated with which product based on the behavior. So here you can take the behavior. Here you can take the class is nothing but here the class is the product detail. The concept is nothing but the behavior. You can take like that. Next one is data characterizations. It is by summarizing the data of the class under study in general term. This will be called as a target class. But in case of discriminations, it is a comparisons. Remember, it is a comparison of the target classes. Okay, so both data characterization and discriminations will be applied over here. Okay, so these description can be derived using data characterization, data discrimination, and both. And these are all some data mining tasks. So we have found some of the data mining algorithm like clustering, association, sequential, then classification, regression, and deviations. So these are all the data mining algorithm or functions, and this can be coming under some categories like maybe descriptive or predictive. So in clustering, we are trying to have descriptive concepts, descriptive mining. In association rule discovery, we are using descriptive mining, and in sequential pattern discovery, we are using descriptive mining. And here classification is a predictive mining. See here, these are all you can see classification and regression is a supervised, and clustering and association rule mining, these are all non-supervised. Okay, and classification is a discrete and regression is a continuous. So you have a bad descriptive bad data you can take. In regression, you can take what continuous range, and deviation reduction predictives. Deviation reductions is nothing but what outlier reductions. It is a predictive. So these are all the data mining tasks. See here how these data mining tasks are categorized according to the predictive and descriptive, and we'll see one by one later. And these are all the different types of data which is going to be used in data mining process, and which we have already discussed. Anyway, we will see once again. And database oriented database oriented data set and applications. Here we have database oriented data sets, or one maybe relation database or data warehouse or transactional database. So these are all database oriented data sets. Okay, and when you go for advanced data sets and advanced applications, here we have what data stream and sensor data. It is advanced one. Here somewhat complicated data. Here see, here we can take data stream, maybe audio stream or video stream, like that you can take. And sensor data, sensor is nothing but remote sensor. You can take satellite data. You can take satellite data. And time series data, I told you you can take populations. Time series, okay, 1950 what is the population, 1980 what is the population, 1960 what is the population. So it's a time series data. There is a data which is combined with some time. Okay, and temporal data, okay, it is also time series data only. Okay, here there will be some series, here there will be no series. It's a temporal. You have different data, each and everywhere we have some time bounded data. And sequence data, it should be in order. Okay, a sequence data means it should be order. First 1991 what is the some results, 1992 what is the result, 1993 what is the result, like that. If you have some order then it can be sequence data. And structured data, see for structured data you have some main data for employee. So employee, what is the structure, you have some attributes. Okay, from this employee, the employee can be a supervisor, the employee can be a clerk, like that. The employee can be boy, the employee can be men, the employee can be woman, like that. We have some structure. So when you have a data, the data will be structurally associated with some other data. It is structured data. Okay, we have two different types of data, maybe structured data or unstructured data. And graph, you can take graph. Okay, we have different types of graph, like line graph, bar graph, like that. We have different graph. So graph data also can be taken for data mining process. And social network, you can take social network, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, okay, any other social network can be taken. And multi-linked data you have. If you click on link, the link will give you some other link. That again, if you click the link, again it will go for some other link, okay, like that. So multi-linked data. So exactly, finally, which link is linked with which other link, how these links can be processed. So that can be processed by using data mining process. An object relational database, you know very well, object based relational database. What will be relational database? You have been studied, I think so. Okay, if you maintain your data in the form of a table, that is a rows and columns, that is a relational database. So there we have a data, and the data will have some attributes. Okay, so again you will have some different types of attributes, single value attribute, multi value attributes, composite value attribute, like that you have different attributes. And here heterogeneous database, you know very well, heterogeneous database, the data which is taken from different sources, with a different format. Okay, it's a heterogeneous. And even though data may be a same category, but it is heterogeneous. And legacy database, it is a rule based or legal databases. And spatial data and spatio temporal data. Spatial in the sense you have some image, if you take space data, and spatio temporal in the sense the image is taken and which time and which locations. Okay. Like that you need to have some more informations. And multimedia data, of course you have audio, video, text, like that, everything is combined together. And text data, like only text, so your database which contain only text. To mine the text, we are going for text mining. And world wide web is a network. Okay, so these are all the different databases which can be used in data mining process. So next is data mining functions, we will discuss in the next class.